Hi everyone, and welcome back to this segment of The Right Sites.
Today we are at the Casements, which is the richest man in the world's winter home here in Florida, John D. Rockefeller.
Yes, John D. Rockefeller came down here in 1918 to Ormond Beach, Florida, and purchased this large estate to spend his winters here. And then in 1937, this is where he passed away. So it's a pretty significant site. And today it is a museum. So we're going to head on in and show you what this museum is all about.
I have to say though, for the richest man in the world, I thought it would be bigger, but from the outside, for a mansion, I mean, in today's standards, it's really quite modest.
That is correct. So let us show you around and see where John D. Rockefeller spent the winters during the last final years of his life. The Casements is located in Ormond Beach, Florida. It's on the corner of Riverside Drive and kind of the main avenue in Ormond Beach. That's Granada. So when you get to Ormond Beach, you can't miss this. It's a big, beautiful house. A lot of signs pointing you into this direction. The museum is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 and Saturday from 8 to 12. And during the summertime, there are tours at 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. So the first stop is right over here at the kind of the welcome reception window. And one of the neat things about it is you can take a self-guided tour by simply going to this QR code. And the self-guided tour starts right here, kind of at the north entrance of the home.
And they give you a map of the first and second floor and a little brochure. And then the self-guided tour has really great little videos all throughout that talk about all the rooms that you're going to enter. So it looks pretty cool. Let's check it out.
All right, so what's the name of this room that we're in? Do you remember?
This was the North Foyer.
The North Foyer, kind of the driveway is outside, and then one of the neat pictures here is right across the street was the Ormond Hotel to the north, and it was the largest wood-built hotel in the United States at one time. No longer exists though. So you start the tour there, and then you come into kind of the porch area.
This was the sunroom that John D. Rockefeller enclosed. It wasn't open air.
He did have wicker furniture here, so you can see it's a nice area.
And show them what it looks out on though.
Oh yes, yeah, open the door there, Becky. So it overlooks the intracoastal waterway and a nice park, and we'll show you that in a few minutes. So it's a beautiful view out on the intracoastal waterway. All right, next stop is the Atrium.
Yep.
All right, this might be the coolest room
I love it.
in the house.
And the stained glass you got at the top.
So you can see it's what would you describe the shape of this room?
It's an octagon.
Octagon. And then up here, let me point the camera up. It has a skylight that's really neat. You can learn on the self-guided tour that it was his son that gave this to him as a gift. All right, so really a cool room. Next stop is the dining room.
The Great Hall, also called the Gallery.
Yeah.
Now, because they display artwork in it now.
Yep. Now the museum itself is used for a lot of different things today. Like they have Christmas celebrations in here. I think you can even rent it out for
Weddings.
different things like weddings. All right, Becky loves this kitchen.
I love the cabinets.
Yeah. So
Now they did keep the cabinets. They restored them, however. But
yeah.
I love the pulls.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Really tall cabinets.
Yeah, let me show you tall cabinets. Of course, they still use this for parties and stuff, so it is a functioning kitchen.
Look how tall those are.
Yeah. Definitely would have needed a ladder to get up there. So that is the kitchen. And again, the self-guided tour you get on your phone is easy to follow. It has really good information and keeps you about a minute or so in each room, so it's pretty quick-paced.
This is the dance hall now, or dance studio, but it used to be a bedroom when Rockefeller lived here.
Yeah. So as you can see, it's just a room that's still used for different purposes today.
I like the twinkling lights.
Yeah.
And then we go upstairs.
All right, so let's, we kind of just went in a circle right now. So we're gonna go back to the atrium and then up the stairs. You can also see all sorts of photographs of Rockefeller and his family.
Oh, and show the piano in this room.
Oh, yeah.
Atrium is really cool. They explain it in the video. That's a really beautiful piano.
Yeah, and that is what what they call it, like a rectangular shaped.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was really
An expensive piano.
Yes.
All right, so let's go upstairs. Again, you'll notice the pictures all along the wall. Now the self-guided tour, like we said, takes about 30 minutes, but you could spend a lot longer because there's a lot more history to read and depending on what your interests are. But here is the second floor, and notice the landing up here is very big. Looks down into the atrium right here. And one of the things I really enjoyed was right here. This picture shows you what Ormond Beach looked like. I think this was about 1960. You can see in the bottom right-hand corner the Casements where John D. Rockefeller once lived, and then the Ormond Hotel, how big that was. I think it was about 500 rooms. Over here is the Rockefeller Room, but we are not allowed to take photos in there.
I thought you could just have the archive room.
Okay, well we'll take photos since Becky has given me permission.
I think it's just the archive room that says you can't.
All right, so this is the Rockefeller Room right here. Can't go in this room. This is really about the only room you can't go in. So.
Well, other than let's show this door.
Yeah. Oh yes. Tell us about this, Becky.
Well, I'm not by the mic. Here, I'll tell you about it over here.
There you go.
So this door, if you do the guided tour, they'll take you up to the third floor. But basically, they told us it doesn't really have anything to do with Rockefeller. It is a room that holds a bunch of memorabilia for the Boy Scouts.
So the next piece is a wall of Rockefeller and friends. What I found kind of fascinating was, and not surprising, many famous people came here, like these guys right here, Thomas Edison and Henry Ford. So he hosted a lot of people. All right, and here's something that is really of interest to Ormond Beach. Ormond Beach is known as the nickname, the birthplace of speed, because on Ormond Beach, it was flat enough and hard enough that in the early 1900s, famous racers from all over the country and world came here to test out their automobiles and to set speed records. So it's kind of the birthplace of the racing industry. Rockefeller himself loved this as well. And here's a really cool picture in the corner. Back in 1955, they had a NASCAR event right here, racing along the A1A highway and the beach. So that's pretty cool. And when you go through the city of Ormond Beach, you see a lot of references to their history of racing. All right, next stop, and this is the one we're not allowed to go into. That is the archive.
Yeah. Tape it.
Yeah, you can't tape this room. The archive room, if you wanted to, you could spend an hour or two in there reading about its history. So the art room is really cool. It is where volunteers all throughout the year come to prepare for their big Christmas celebrations here. That would really be cool to come to their Christmas celebrations if you're here. It's supposed to be very beautiful. And the historic thing about this room is the big casement windows here. These were original to the home, and the reason it gets the nickname Casements. All right, so we're getting close to the end of this tour. Next one is a sitting room, just a small sitting room. This one's mainly dedicated to the history of the college that was here at one time. After Rockefeller passed away, it became a college for about 10 years. And then the last room, the historic preservation room, which was a bedroom when Rockefeller was living here. So that is a tour, an inside tour of the Casements, and like we said, it takes about 30 minutes to do that. Not very long. So let us take you outside now and show you the beautiful grounds. So we're back out front now of the Casements. I enjoyed that tour.
I did too. Yeah, it was really cool. I love the atrium.
Now you can go on the guided tour for an hour. It's lasts for an hour, or the self-guided tour, which most of the time I prefer.
Yeah, and it's all free.
Yeah,
so.
Free of charge. So let's show you around the outside of the Casements. We have driven by here several times, and it looks beautiful. Let me flip the camera around. All right, so let's just, to the right is the parking lot, and then to the left is the side yard of the Casements. You can imagine all the famous people that came here. Look at the driveway with the gates, and then the overhang here. Very beautiful.
I love all the windows, all the casements.
Oh,
so
they're
pretty.
Beautiful, aren't they? The that's called a gazebo. What the
Looks
real
like
name is, but
yeah.
That was built by Rockefeller, so that has not just been added.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Now across the street is where the Ormond Beach Hotel used to be, and you can see how big this condo complex is. It might even kind of give you a feel of what Rockefeller looked at, because it was that close.
Well, since his house wasn't that big, I imagine some of his guests stayed across the street at the hotel, probably.
Oh, in fact, yeah. In fact, I read that Rockefeller started coming down here in 1913, and he stayed at the Ormond Beach Hotel each winter. But because he's such a wealthy man, he probably got tired of staying at the hotel, and he purchased the Casements. The Casements was not built by Rockefeller. It was built by someone else, I don't know, 20, 30 years earlier.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, so that's really all there is to this side of the Casements, because really the main attraction, the exterior attraction, are the gardens out front that line the intra-coastal waterway. So let's head over there. So right in front of the Casements is this beautiful park, and this is always open to the public.
Really nice to see. One night we came by, there were families playing in the grass, kicking a soccer ball. We found some crabs in the bushes, so it's a pretty cool place to hang out.
And look, there's a kind of a stage area down there at the end. And I read that on July the 4th, in the evening, they're going to have food vendors here and fireworks.
Oh wow, I love all the red, white, and blue they have out for the event.
Yeah. But you can see the beautiful intercoastal waterway, and just a great place to hang out, really.
Palm trees are gorgeous.
Look how beautiful the Casements look back there. All right, let's finish up the tour. And what we're going to do is take you down the sidewalk to the intercoastal waterway. and end this tour of the Casements, because when you visit the Casements, make sure you of course go inside the building, but also take a walk across around the grounds and come down to the Intracoastal Waterway. So that was your tour of the Casements.
And the grounds. Very nice. I hope you enjoyed it. It was such a fun time, and doesn't take too much of your day. You get to know some history, and it's free. So
definitely, when you're in Ormond Beach, visit one of their most historic and famous sites, the Casements.